I moved to Austin about almost 2 years ago. I moved here from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, but it wasn't my first time in Austin. I actually was traveling into Austin every single week for my job. I would hop on a plane and I would fly into this genuinely incredible city. And after a few years of doing that, it was a no-brainer. What am I doing to myself? Why am I doing this? When I began my home search in Austin, I used the Redfin app, and it just felt like you were kind of part of the machine and you weren't really, like, this is a huge purchase, right? This is gonna be the biggest purchase likely of your entire life. I don't remember the address of the property or anything like that, but I wanted to check out an open house for this property that was in North Austin, kind of like North Central Austin. And I had no idea who the listing agent was or anything like that. And so I just came in on like a Sunday afternoon, and that was whenever I met Giuseppe.
We met in Brentwood. It was a new built house, very modern, and like all the young guys in information technology, when he came in, he was super self-confident, very formal, and say, "Oh, I already know what I want to do." And I tell him, "I would like to help you."
And what was struck me instantly right off the bat was that he was so willing to take the time to connect with me and explain the Austin market. The very first thing he did whenever he learned that I was basically from out of town, he just spread out a map and was just very clear.
He really didn't have an idea of what exactly he would have really fell in love for. And this was great for me because it gave to me the opportunity to build with him a very good relationship and show him and enjoy with him all the search and going through looking at a lot of homes and understanding step by step what was really what he liked.
He's like, "You're a young guy, let's just throw these areas off. Like, you're not going here. He's like, "You're too young, like, get out of there." And he was just very clear about the places that would make sense. And he basically said, "Trust me, like, give me a chance. I'm gonna take you to some spots." And he was absolutely right. Like, he understood what I wanted and he understood what I was looking for. And it was just very clear that he cared.
All these guys now have a lot of experience about the online tools, and usually they know everything that you can find online. What they don't know is how much looking in person to homes can change completely your perception of what you really need and what you really would fall in love for.
I mean, I was really looking for like a home that I could really grow into, and Giuseppe was really helpful.
I tried to spark the emotional side of the search, and this helps me a lot because this allowed me to see their body language during the showings, and this tells me a lot about what they really like.
I would describe the support that Giuseppe gave me in my home search as full service. I never felt like the support was lacking in any particular dimension. In fact, he would always, bring to my attention something that I wasn't even aware of or wasn't on my radar as, effectively a first-time home buyer. And that was really, really valuable to have someone looking out for me. And also what was just complete difference between, other real estate firms was that he was very much interested in helping me invest the money properly. And then you can, hope to really reap the rewards. This was really genuine knowledge of the Austin market and saying listen, I've been here for a while, I understand how these things happen, and this is gonna happen here. And so I thought that was totally a different message that I wasn't hearing either from other realtors. Choosing to move forward with, selling this beautiful home in a crazy time, right? I mean, no one can deny that this is an unprecedented time for us all. Was really difficult. It was terrifying, frankly. So knowing that I needed to move away from Austin and, feeling like, what can I do, when I obviously went right to Giuseppe. I mean, there wasn't even a question about that.
When Dustin called me and explained it to me that his life was going to change a little bit because of several personal things and also probably job things, I was only worried that everything was going good for him. And when I understood that his life is going to be amazing for many reasons, I really was very excited to help him and give to him the support to make him understanding that he would have looked at this situation like an opportunity. And I knew that we made a great deal when we bought this home, and I knew that we could have done a great job in selling it.
He was just so reassuring, and he also took a very data-centric approach, which I thought was really, really helpful. Giuseppe was always on my side.
In life, everyone has up and downs, and I learned that you will have a lot better life, especially if when you have something that can be disrupting for you, you try to see the good thing, the opportunity in what's happening to you. And in this situation, I wanted to really support Dustin, make him understanding that the important thing was not selling the home. The important thing was making his project feasible, giving to him everything he needed to feel confident that he would have been able to start this new life project in the best conditions. And I wanted to make him understanding that I was with him 100%.
I'm not saying he felt like it, he was. That's the difference, is that I never questioned whether he had my best interests in mind or not. And I always knew that if he said you should move forward with selling, Dustin, like, here is, this data that we've collected that shows that it's actually a great time to sell. It was truly the cherry on top of the sundae. It really put me at ease, and it made this decision a lot easier.
And we did really an amazing job together. And you can be the best professional in the world, but if you don't have a great connection with your client and you're not able to really create a situation, the energy of the project will never be that great like the situation that I was able to create with Dustin, and the result was really incredible.
How did this work out in the end? Let me tell you, it worked out very well. Honestly, it worked out better than my wildest dreams could have planned. I never thought in a million years during these crazy times that not only would we be able to sell this home so quickly. I mean, we had multiple offers within 36 to 48 hours from the time of going onto the market, but to ultimately sell the home significantly above the asking price was staggering. And that is all to Giuseppe's credit. He understands people. So while, he'll give you the data, which is so incredibly valuable, and he will share his expertise in the marketplace, which is also incredibly valuable. He understands buyers. Like, he knows what people in Austin want. He understands the trends, and he understands that, he understands what's like a timeless type of approach to a trend and not just like a trendy for the sake of being trendy trend. And he really like walks that line perfectly whenever he was designing the improvements for the home to put it on the market. He has a vision of the type of person who will buy this home, and he's marketing towards them.
When we purchased this home, we made a great deal because this home was in a great location, new built, but for some reason that it's difficult for me now to understand, the builder left a lot of potential of this project uncompleted. Because of this, I was able to see this potential when we bought it, and I really pushed Dustin that time to focus on this home, to buy it for a very good price, and we start exploiting this potential of this house. And I proposed to him a make-ready project where we showed a lot of the charm and of the sophistication, of the potential, of the vibes that this home was not showing before.
He's not keeping broad appeal. He makes real decisions that you might not agree with. Like funny, we disagreed, for example, about the color to paint the interior cabinets. Like he wanted to kind of change the vibe of the kitchen so that, it looked brighter and updated and different from the real estate photos that folks could access from, just a year or so ago. And then whenever he was showing me these samples, I was like, I would not choose the one that you're choosing. Like, I just wouldn't. I would choose this other one. But I also know that he has this design eye and this experience, and he knows the market and the buyers. And he was like, trust me, this is what the trend is. And it might not be my trend, but he wasn't trying to sell this house to me. So he really did an awesome job of changing the entire vibe of this house to cater to the tastes of a different market, and it worked. I mean, without any doubt, it worked.
The introduction letter of the best offer that we took, made by the buyers, they say that they fell in love for this home at the first time they saw it, and they feel like they were in the most beautiful home in the neighborhood. They feel the home like especially sophisticated and with a great vibe situation.
Giuseppe led the entire thing from beginning to end, and he made the process so painless for me. The easiest way to describe the difference between Giuseppe and other real estate agents is his energy and his vibe. He talks to you when you're in the home about how you'll experience it.
People fall in love for vibes and energy. They don't fall in love for material things. They really fall in love for the dream. And we were able to create the perfect dream in this situation. And this worked out in a magnificent way.
You're going to spend real time with this person. You're like interpersonal connection with your realtor, after a long day, you could be like, that was fine, but like, oof, that person. That was never the case with Giuseppe. Like, it was always such a blast to go out with him. Like, he's super funny. Like, it's always like genuinely a fun weekend. Like, it's never a waste of a Saturday to go house searching with Giuseppe. It's a blast. And he really finds ways to connect with people.
The personal relationship is really important in life and in business. And clearly, it's very important for me to work with people that I like, because this helps me a lot in giving the best of what I do. And the reason why I try always to have a personal relationship with my clients is because if I know really what they want and what they are living, what they are going through, I can help them a lot more.
I love that guy. I do. I think he's awesome. I mean, he's such a treasure, and I'm just very, very happy to have him in my life.
I don't make this job for the money, but I have the gift that I I never think about my commission when I'm working with my client, and because of this, I am completely driven by my passion for my job and for the passion to create the opportunity for my client. And the money is only a consequence, in my opinion, of a great job. My goal is not the production, my goal is result for my client. I don't care about production. I will never be a top producer, but I want to be the first telephone number in my client agenda. This is my goal. And this, I think, is what makes me different from the most of the other agents. Another thing that makes me a lot different is the fact that I believe that the value that a great real estate agent has to bring to the table is the capability to enhance the value of the client and bring him a great result in terms of price, selling price, preparation, marketing, and handling all the process, not the paperwork, the process of the painters, the handymans, and everyone. I came from a market where you can sit on the listing. In Europe, if you don't really do your best to sell, you won't sell. I don't feel like I make easy money, but I feel like I really give a lot of value to my clients. That is the value that I was able to build in 30 years of working in multi-scenarios in many parts of the world. And I remember almost every home that I remodeled and sold and bought and client that I dealt with in the last 30 years. And they remember me.